also reporting that there is a lot of activity on the border area. The Chief Minister of Rajasthan has called for an emergency meeting, and all the top officials with him in a huddle to prepare for any eventuality. Big developments coming in at this point. Also in Jammu airport, the second attempt was made today. One attempt was made even yesterday. That's the information coming to us. But Anand Ranganathan, you wanted to make up.
No, I just wanted to, as a layman, the advantage of a layman is that one can be excused for one's stupid questions or proposals. So here goes. You know, as I see it as a layman, logical progression, as I said, Pakistan cannot win against us, and now they have escalated it big time. We are going to respond in kind, and they possibly are going to respond. The logical progression of this is it is going to end somewhere. Now, can I please play the devil's advocate? And you know, from the Pakistan's perspective, why wouldn't they, in a limited way, like to exercise the nuclear option?
Who's taking that question?
I'll take it.
Okay.
There's no way. I'll tell you why.
Yes.
See, nuclear business, it is a very serious matter. So there are red lines. But those red lines cannot be brandished by Pakistan to go on a terror rampage. Just understand that. Nuclear weapons will be used when they face an existential threat. In fact, Kidwai has spelled it out. When their NH5 is attacked, when their major cities are under collapse. And we must not fall into this trap, Anand. This is exactly what they do. Ki dekho, nuclear cover hai, terror rampage. So parliament, Nagrota, this, that. What we have done is very wise. We are telling them, if you play the nuclear card, choose. Either you play the terror card or face our conventional might. I can give you a 400% guarantee it's not going to escalate.
So, sir, in other words, what you're saying is that the onus is on us to de-escalate?
I'm saying that operational art generalship is to escalate while keeping it short of the thresholds. And there are many options in doing that.
Well,
so let's not fall for the bluster.
Well, let's not fall for the bluster, but going back to Shivani. Shivani, what can you give us in terms of updates that you're getting from your sources in the defense sector?
Well, positivity concerns you because that is also bearing its own consequences, and at the moment of time, it is been confirmed that 8 missiles from Pakistan directed at Satwari, Sampa, and Araspura and Aryan.
Okay, lost that line again. Bad network, clearly. Jammu at this point, and 5 new missiles over Jaisalmer is what we are being given to understand. And Jaisalmer में 2 धमाकों की आवाज आई. This is the latest that we are hearing. Going back to Pulkit, if he's still with us. Pulkit, have you heard any shots of any blasts coming in from Jaisalmer? What can you tell us?
देखिए अभी कोई ब्लास्ट की आवाज नहीं है। पानो अकील ये बेस बताया जा रहा है पाकिस्तान की तरफ, जो लौंगेवाला की तरफ पड़ता है, वहां से सूत्रे बताते हैं कि ये सारे ड्रोन पानो अकील से आए हैं। और आज दिन में भी पानो अकील बेस पर बहुत हलचल देखी गई थी। उसी के बाद ये माना जा रहा था कि आज हैवी सेलिंग हो सकती है, और वो दिख भी रहा है जैसलमेर के अंदर। करीब 70 से 80 दोनों आसमान में लाइटें जरूर चमक रही हैं, क्योंकि उन ड्रोन को शायद तरीके से मार गिराया जा रहा है, तो उसकी लाइटें आसमान में नजर आ रही हैं। आवाज नजर नहीं आई, सुनाई दी है कहीं भी, क्योंकि अगर ड्रोन गिरेगा तो आवाज आएगी, लेकिन उसे ऊपर ही खत्म कर दिया जा रहा है, तो इसीलिए किसी भी जगह से आवाज नहीं आई है। तो लाइटें जरूर आसमान में नजर आ रही हैं। जी
पुलकित, आते रहेंगे आपके पास, बट once again this misadventure that is happening, I don't know what is the calculation. It can't be a desperate attempt, because that's not how countries behave. Do you, Marshal Kapoor, look at this just as, oh, he's frustrated, he's desperate, and so he's doing it? After all, these are not kids playing with some patakas.
But Asim Munir and his ISI lot, they are strategically obtuse. That's the whole point. If they were wise, strategically, well bestowed, they would not have done this kind of stuff. Their terror nuclear bluff is being called. You cannot play these games. Now and Navika, there are other flanks of decision which we have not even initiated. There is a lot to come. They should realize the depth, width of our military. It's a significant entity.
It's a significant entity, and as they say, picture abhi baki hai mere dost, and this is something that probably was expected. At one level, we as laypersons may not have expected it, but clearly our defense forces were expecting this, which is why our air defense systems have been in place. We've also seen these targets that were made on our cities being neutralized. What we're also seeing at this moment is blackouts in almost all the areas, the 244 districts that went in for the mock drill. Well, most of those areas are now witnessing blackouts. We're seeing Hamas kind of attacks that are happening, the lit up sky, the air defense systems neutralizing the drones and the missile attacks of Pakistan. This is clearly provocation by Pakistan, but the good news is we have shot down three of their aircraft, 2 JF-17s, 1 F-16. Pakistan has to be brought to its knees. It is work in progress by our defense forces, and at this point what I can see is a completely resolute political system establishment. Gaurav?
Yeah, absolutely. I think whole of government approach is what we have always been saying, and today I think we've made up our mind. And what General Shukla said, you know, this whole nuclear bluff, nuclear blackmail. If you do anything, we are going to use the nuclear. For the past 42 or 73 hours, nobody has spoken about nuclear except for one odd minister.
Tomorrow morning you'll hear conciliatory noises, I'm telling you.
So, the domestic angle.
Yeah.
He is under threat. He was under threat from all sides. The economy doing badly. He's imprisoned the most popular leader in Pakistan, and his extension's coming up. So he thought he'll notch a quick win. It's going to be a big loss to him.
But after the loss yesterday, another attempt at trying to get a win, which has been so elusive, well, I don't call that an intelligent move, but yes.
They call it desperation now.
Exactly, desperation.
Well, desperation, whichever way you look at it, desperation. But the world is watching, and I hope the world leaders are going to take a position, because this clearly in no book of diplomacy can be condoned. You are sending powers and missiles and drones to military bases of a country, and you don't expect it to respond. Well, Mr. Asim Munir, wake up, smell the coffee. And I don't know, even if it is a puppet political establishment there, well, they need to at least look at. हर रोज इंटरव्यू देने भी चले जाते हैं, हर रोज मार खा के भी आ जाते हैं. What is driving Pakistan is something we haven't been able to fathom, but logic is not something that's a great plus point for Pakistan. But I will continue to repeat that even as missile and drone attacks continue right from Jammu and Kashmir, from Srinagar, Pathankot, Udhampur down to Jaisalmer, the fact is the big achievement for India is that they have lost 2 JF-17s, the Chinese planes that they boasted so much about, 1 F-16. Well, if that's not called being on the back foot, I don't know what will really be called. What will this really be called? But well, Pakistan has decided to seal its own fate. The rest will be completed by our defense forces. Thank you very much.